really special video for you guys. We are opening up Bubble Drops!
I'm so excited for this video. We've been working on this video, guys, for a pretty long time, at least a couple of months, searching through a lot of Bubble Drops. And I'm kind of nervous because we're trying to impress you. We have a really neat video where we're going to teach you exactly how to see and find out what's inside the Bubble Drop. And we do know our hacks work, but we're crossing our fingers that we're right in every single time here that we're going to get the full set. Also, make sure you stay tuned to the end because right here and right here we have some very special ones to open. So right up front here are ones that we've already opened on a couple of our other Toy Capade videos, and so we're just including them. You can see what they are. Hopefully we will not be opening those up again. So each girl has 9 regular ones and then 1 special one to open, and so we will be getting a duplicate one time, but that was on purpose, right?
Yes.
Yes. So make sure you watch to the end. Let's start with some hacks before we open. Yes? Okay. So at first we thought that it couldn't be done because these have no smell to them, and really the only thing you can see into is these 4 holes, which makes it pretty difficult. Sometimes you'll get lucky and the packaging will be in such a way that you'll have like a bigger hole like this at the store, or even once you purchase it and get it home, you can kind of cut out that area with like a knife so you can kind of tell and see what you have ahead of time if you need to know. But this is kind of rare to find it like this. It's not like that every time. So mostly you'll just be using these 4 holes. And it can be done because we have found every single one of these using just those 4 holes. It comes with this collector's guide. But I can tell you, if you go in looking at this collector's guide and looking for the colors in these holes, you are going to get a lot of duplicates. That is not the right way to do it. So we are going to teach you the right way to do it, because you don't have to get a duplicate, or you can look and you can get the one that you really, really want, because we had a couple we were really excited about, right? And the best news we have for you is the special edition magical unicorn guy is the easiest one to find.
Yeah.
He's the easiest. He really is. So that's the good news. Okay. All right. So you just get rid of that checklist. You don't need that at all. What you need is this picture right here. And I just keep this on my phone and I take it with me everywhere. And I'm going to put that up on the screen. And take a screenshot of this and keep it on your phone or wherever you go, because you're going to need this picture to help you determine what you have in each ball. But we use this picture because it shows the true colors and the color of each ball in the Bubble Drop. So for this, you're going to need a flashlight. We use something like that, or even my flashlight on my phone has worked for these, but you definitely need a flashlight. So one thing that we can tell you is the outside color of these balls, like this, has absolutely no bearing on what's inside of it. They're all random, they're all mixed up, so you cannot use the outside of the ball color to tell. But never fear, you do not need to have the outside ball color, because what you're really interested in is a few things on the inside that you can actually see. So what does matter is the color of the ball. You can see this one's gold. The color of the ball does not change. The character color of the ball stays the same. So you're going to use that as a really big hint. Okay, so Adalia is going to demonstrate some of our hacks. One thing we want to say too is the color of the ball. It does kind of matter in that yellow is really kind of easy to see through. So is this dark pink. Blue and purple, they're kind of the harder ones to see through, because sometimes you can just see your character like straight through the ball. So what we have found is if you go put it above your head and you shine the light up in it like that, you can actually see it easier. So we've actually been laughed at the store because we've done this quite a lot, hanging it over our head and looking. You can see into there not only the colors, but the colors can actually be confusing. A lot of the colors are the same. And we also noticed that the light shines differently into those 4 little holes, and so it makes the colors look kind of different. Like you'll think you'll have colors of one, but the light is bending funny and it ends up being different. So you can't rely just on that. So when you're shining your light up in there, there's 2 things that you're going to be looking for. You are looking for the color of the bubble, and you are looking for the nose of your little character. So you can see how like his nose and his nose is different, and then look at his nose. His nose is different from everybody. Look at this guy's nose. The pink nose is different. Then you see his nose is also white, but look, there's a ton of white around there. And you look like over here, this doesn't have all the white. So there's enough different characteristics on each features of their face to use that chart we showed you and narrow it down to be able to determine what you have in there without just relying on the color. So when you're holding it up and shining it like this, it won't always be on the ball. You won't see the nose right away. Sometimes you just will see the color. So do not be afraid to shake it vigorously, like so. And if you kind of shake it in a spinning motion, you can get it to move really easily. And you just kind of keep shaking it around and shaking until you get it to where you can see the ball and the nose together. And that helps you tell what you have. But don't be afraid to shake it really hard. You've got to actually be pretty active with it to get it going. Okay, so that's the main way we do it. We use the ball color and we use the nose shape and color. And that's how we're telling the different characters apart. And we bring that picture with us every time and we look on it and we've been able to narrow it down every time and figure out what we have. So we have written on each of these what each one is so that this video wouldn't take hours and hours to make by looking at them again. And so we're going to be able to predict every single one that we're opening. At least we hope. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Okay, so let's start opening, and I'll probably give hints for each one kind of as we go. So Laysa is opening Buster the dog right here, and Adalia is opening Nuts the squirrel. Okay, I sure hope we're right.
Yes, me too.
We've done so much work finding all of these. Yes. I will say it's not easy, especially at first, but once we got the hang of it and we knew what each one kind of looked like inside, we can go in the store now and whip through these really fast.
3, 2, 1. It's a squirrel!
Shoo! One squirrel!
He's so cute!
Awesome.
Whoa. Let's see what he says.
Okay, the squirrel says, how do you catch a squirrel? Climb into a tree and act like a nut. That would be perfect for you, Laysa. Okay, now Laysa's.
It's the dog!
It's the doggy!
So cute and blue.
He is. That one's really neat looking. The dog's question is, why is a tree like a big dog? And the answer is, they both have a lot of bark. Okay, I'm going to tell a little bit about each one. So this one has blue. So it's a blue bubble that you're looking for. You're also looking for coloring that's a lot of blue in the container. But the best thing that you're looking for is this purple. So all this purple hair will be can be sticking through all those 4 little things, and if you have a bunch of purple hair like this, then you know for sure that you have the dog. Obviously he has a white nose, but honestly for this one I would look at the hair. That was really easy to find him. So for the squirrel, you can see the squirrel has a pink ball. So you're looking for that. It can be kind of hard to tell the pink a little bit through the thing. So you're going to look for this white snout, and you're going to look for this big blue, solid blue thing right up here. It's also going to look a lot of pink and blue through the container. But the biggest distinguishing thing you're looking for is this white fuzzy tail. If you can see a big white fuzzy tail through there, then you know that you have the squirrel. The seal also looks a lot like the squirrel. There's a lot of blue and pink for the seal also, so you want to find this fuzzy tail so you know you have the squirrel, because the seal doesn't have a fuzzy tail.
I have the fish. I have the seal.
So Laysa is opening up Alex the seal, and Adalia is opening up Scales the fish. We're so nervous with each one of these guys. Yes. We really want to be right each time because we don't want to duplicate. And we don't want to have to go search anymore. It's so much, it takes so much effort.
Okay, ready?
Okay. Dun, 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 dun. And
It's
the
the
fishy!
fish.
There he is. So the seal's question asks, where do seals go to see movies? The dive-in! And the fish's question is, why are fish so well educated? They swim in schools. Okay, so we're going to tell you a little bit about this fish. This is a green ball. It's a little hard to tell the green sometimes from like a silvery. I don't even know if there is silver, but there is this green. One thing you look for on this fish is all this green fabric for the scales. And if you shake the ball and turn it enough, you can tell from that, and you can also tell from the big pink nose here. Don't look at the coloring on this one because this fabric changes. Look how different it is. So if you're looking for the fabric to look exactly like ours, it will be hard to tell because even though it's going to be the same kind of fabric, the patterning is just so different depending on how they sewed it together. So the fish is a really good example of why you cannot just use this checklist. This is what it looks like on the checklist, and then this is what it looks like on its tag, and then this is what it looks like in real life, which is not very similar to this. And so once we figured that out, the fish was pretty easy to find, but the fish is actually one of the last ones we found because it was just so different on its fabric than what we were expecting it to look like. So here's the seal. You can see he has blue glitter for his ball, and I'll compare him to the squirrel because the squirrel's kind of similar. You can see how their coloring is kind of the same. It's really hard to tell when you're looking through the 4 little balls. So you're going to look at their noses, and you're going to look at their ball color because the ball color is different. And that's how you'll tell them apart, plus the white tail. The dog and the seal look similar, and they do have the same color ball. So in this instance, you're going to want to make sure you see their noses and how they're different color. And also you're going to want to see the dog's purple fur because the seal doesn't have that.
I'm opening up the narwhal.
I'm opening up the cat.
Okay, so Adalia is opening up Bobble the narwhal, and Lisa is opening up this Pounce the cat. I will say this cat was super easy to see in the packaging. One, because we got a dark pink ball and they're easy to see through, and we could see the stripes on the cat. No other animal has the stripes like that, so that one was really super easy to tell. The narwhal was kind of easy to tell also because there's a lot of pastel colors for the narwhal.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
I got him.
Oh, he's so cute.
Oh, they're so neat. These are so neat, you guys.
He's so cute. I love narwhals.
Okay, so the cat's question is, what do cats wear when they sleep? Pajamas! The narwhal's question is, why did the narwhal cross the road? To get to the other tide. So this Pop Cat's is purple. Although he's super easy to find in the package. Look at all his stripes. So we just saw the stripes through the pink and we knew. But he will look different. Like you might find the purple will be like in the front or something. So don't let the coloring throw you off when you're looking for him. If you find with the most stripes, you know it's the cat. I love the dark purple on this though. That is so cool looking. And here's the narwhal. The narwhal has a blue ball. But look at all these pastel colors. You can kind of really tell when you actually look in the packaging because it's this really light coloring and it doesn't look like any of the other ones. But the distinguishing factor is of course going to be this pink nose. And also this thing, you can kind of see it through the packaging, and these dark little flippers. But definitely look for this nose with the blue, and then you know you've got the narwhal.
I'm opening up Pop Cat.
I'm opening up the pony.
So Lisa's opening up Hoof the pony, and Adalia is opening up Pop Cat the cat right here. I will say Pop Cat is one of the easiest ones I think to see through there because you see a lot of big orange and big pink, and that color is not in very many of the other ones. So Pop Cat's the one I can tell like right away.
I got him.
Yep. Of course we did because he's one of the easier ones.
He's so cute.
And there's Hoof the pony. Now, the unicorn obviously is kind of similar to the pony, so we'll teach you how to make sure that it's not the pony that you're thinking you're getting when really you're wanting the unicorn. What do you call a pony that lives next door? A neighbor. What do you call an old tomcat? Grandpa. Okay, so here's the pony. The pony has this green glittery in its ball. The pony's kind of easy to tell from the other ones because of its eyes right here and its nose. So the pony's face is actually pretty easy to see through the packaging. Also, the pony has all this big pink hair, so that makes the pony easier to find also because it sticks through those little holes. So there's the pony. It's really cute. I'm going to wait and show you at the end how the pony differs from the unicorn and just how to tell them apart so that you can see both of them side by side. So this is Pop Cat. Pop Cat has a pink glittery ball. Honestly, I don't know if you'll need it with Pop Cat. I mean, you can look for the pink glitter ball, you can look for this pink nose, but look at all this orange color with the pink and the white, and like, it's the only one that looks like that. It's so easy to see through the packaging. So Pop Cat is super simple to find. Once you know what you're looking for, you can know when you see Pop Cat.
I'm opening up the cow.
I'm opening up the owl.
So Adalia's opening up this cow right here, and Lace's opening up this owl.
I got it!
Yep, there he is. He was like right there with his whole face.
I got 3 booths
And
of
there's the
fowl.
cow.
So cute.
I got 3 booths of fowl.
What do you get when you cross a cat and an owl? Meowls! What do cows do in their spare time? Listen to music. So here's the cow. The cow has some gold in its ball. The cow has all this pastel. Very different. Lots of coloring. I'll admit we had a lot of trouble with the cow. We had trouble telling the cow apart from this polar bear. You're really going to need to see their noses. You can look for his little horns right here as opposed to like these green ears for this guy. Also, the elephant is kind of similar to these because all 3 of these, the elephant, the cow, and this polar bear, have a gold ball in them. And so they are a little bit hard to tell apart. We actually had 2 of this guy, hoping it was a cow, figured out it wasn't, it was him. We took it back and then we found the cow. But we didn't have to open him to find out, so we felt lucky. Okay, so this owl is kind of actually easy to find. You can see the ball is like a blue glitter. But you're going to want to find the beak, and this purple all around the eyes is really easy. So as soon as you find an eye and you see the purple behind it, you know that you have the owl. Plus with all this pink coloring, the pink and purple together, we found a lot of owls when we were looking through all these at the store. The owl is pretty simple to find. So here's all the ones that we've opened so far. They are so cute and so colorful when you have them all together. I do want to say one thing to parents though, because these are like glitter balls, they can pop. And unfortunately, the very first 2 that we opened actually did pop within the first like 24 hours. So since then, we've had to be kind of a little more careful with them. So we've actually ended up opening up the polar bear and the seal twice. We ended up taking them back to the store, and then we had to find each of those again. So do be careful with them because they can pop.
I'm opening up the chicken.
I'm opening up the elephant.
So here's the elephant right here that Lace is opening up, and Adalia is opening up this chicken right here.
It's the chicken.
There he is.
No duplicates so far.
It's such a relief. I really hope we don't get any duplicates.
I got this.
Ah, there he is. There's the elephant.
Bella the elephant.
What do you call a crazy chicken? A cuckoo cluck. Why don't elephants use computers? Because they're afraid of the mouse. So here's the elephant. I love this elephant. It is so cute. If you look for the colors through the 4, they're going to look like just a ton of different colors. It's hard to see the stripes through those 4 little holes, but it's really super colorful. You're going to want to look for the ball, and you're going to want to look for this pink thing hanging over the ball. That's what you can see really well. And then you can also see really big ears through the packaging. The elephant's ball is gold, just like that. And the elephant was actually the second to last one we found. I had a lot of trouble with the elephant because I was looking on this thing, and to me that did not look like a gold ball. I thought it was pink. It looks like pink like some of these other ones. It just didn't look like gold. But he is indeed gold. And so once I was like figuring out why can I not find this elephant anywhere, I went and verified online, what his ball color was, and it's indeed gold. And then it was really easy to go find him once we knew the ball color. So if you are going to use our chart here, make sure you know that the elephant's ball is gold. It is definitely not pink. So once again, on the elephant, the colors and the ball are so similar to the polar bear and to the cow that for those 3, you really do need to see their nose and not just their ball and not just their color. You need to find their noses, and you need to find distinguishing marks like their different ears. And you can see that if you turn the ball enough times and get it lined up right through those 4 little holes. You can actually see it. So this one's the chicken. The chicken has a pink ball, pink glitter in its ball. The chicken also has a different kind of a beak, so it's really easy to tell whether or not you have a bird because it's so different from any of these other ones. However, the chicken and the parrot are pretty similar looking. They were hard to tell the difference in the package, so once we open up the parrot, I'm going to give you some of the differences so that you can tell them apart.
I have the skunk.
I have the penguin.
So here is Phew the skunk that Adalia is opening, and here is Wob the penguin that Lisa is opening. And if you've watched our videos for any length of time, you will know that Lisa is obsessed with penguins right now.
Yes.
So of course you get to open the penguin, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I love the skunk.
There he is. The skunk's one of the ones I really wanted to get.
Oh, he's the purple one. He has purple.
He does. Oh, there he is. What do penguins have for lunch? Icebergers. How do you make a skunk stop smelling? Plug up its nose. So here's the penguin. The penguin has green glitter. It really does look kind of silvery though. And so you're gonna look for a big white face with this beak and this green in the ball. And then you'll know you have the penguin, especially if you see green and pink. This looks like slime to me, like slime splats. And that's kind of the coloring we tried to see through the packaging. But you can tell the penguin from the other birds because of this white around the face. So even though you'll see the beak, it's the white around the face that you're looking for. It's so cute. So here is the skunk. The skunk has a purple glitter ball. I loved this one. I wanted this one so much because these are like little peppermint looking candies. So if you look really closely through the packaging, you can kind of see this patterning, but you're going to see mostly yellow through the packaging, and that's what you want to see. You might see a little bit of this pink hair also, but you're looking for this yellow face, and maybe even this big tooth that hangs down. You can see that too. So if you have that with a purple ball, then you know you have the skunk.
I have the parrot. I have the monkey.
So Adalia's opening up Puff the Parrot, and Lisa's opening up Swing the Monkey. So the parrot's kind of hard to tell apart from the packaging from the chicken, so once we open it, we'll go over that. The monkey was super easy to find because the monkey has a green face.
Oh my goodness, he's so cute.
At least he's the parrot. Phew.
He looks so cute. And he's really squishy.
There's the monkey. What is a parrot's favorite game? Hide and speak. What is a monkey's favorite snack? Chalk chimp cookies. So this is the monkey with purple. That is purple. It looks kind of pink too, but it is purple. But obviously with the monkey, the biggest thing you're looking for is this big green face. If you find the eye and it's surrounded by green, then you know you have the monkey, especially if you have pink everywhere else. There's no other ones you can see that have a green face like that. So the monkey is super easy to find. So this is the parrot. The parrot has pink in the bubble. It's super cute. So for the parrot, you look for a pink bubble and you look for this orange around the nose. And then the parrot has sort of a more solid face than the chicken. So both the chicken and the parrot have pink bubbles, which is what makes them harder, that they both have pink bubbles. But you can see the difference. The parrot's beak is darker color, and you can tell that through the packaging. But also the eyes are different shapes. You can sometimes see that through the packaging. And then you can see the solid colors around the parrot's face, while the chicken you can kind of see the lines through the packaging. And then sometimes you can tell with the coloring, like this looks like slime, and you can kind of see that sometimes through the packaging versus like these lines. So once we kind of knew what they looked like and what we were looking for, we could find them, but they were definitely very similar. And we had to really check hard and be sure and kind of know what we were looking for. So once you get kind of good at looking at all of these, then you can start trying to tell these two apart, and it gets a little bit easier once you know what you're looking for. But I wouldn't start with those two because they are kind of hard. You can also see these two are really similar color to the fish. So once I found the fish, I found both of these first, but I really had to make sure this was the fish. So again, you're just looking for how his nose is different from their beaks. And the fish also has a different color ball.
I have the mouse. I have Baguette the bear.
And we're on our last two, except for the special ones.
That
so
I'm sure
fingers crossed. So Lisa has Baguette the bear right there. And Adalia has Gouda the mouse right here.
We have him!
And there's the mouse. What do you call a bear that has no teeth? A gummy bear. Why do mice need oiling? Because they squeak. So here's the mouse. The mouse is obviously very purple with its glitter color. The mouse is pretty easy to find. It's hard to tell with the coloring because it's so, look at all these colors. So you'll never know what you're looking at through the packaging of all the colors, but look how pretty it is. So the biggest thing we were looking for with the mouse was a huge white face like this. I mean, compared to all the other ones, there's not very many with too many big white faces. The difference between these two is you're going to look at the color of the bubble, because this one has green and the mouse has purple. And the mouse also has whiskers, and so that's how you can tell the mouse apart from the other ones. The mouse is super cute though, look at that. I imagine all the mouses look pretty different though, because look at how much different color is on here. So then our final one is Baguette the Bear. Baguette the Bear has gold. And Baguette the Bear you can tell from this green nose. That's the biggest part, that with the gold. You can also see this coloring in there, and you can kind of see these bubbles sometimes, and that's how you can find Baguette the Bear. It's fitting we should open him last because Baguette the Bear was actually the very last one we found, and we have a funny story with this. So when we first started looking for these, we kept feeling like we saw Baguette the Bear all the time, and I kept going, another Baguette the Bear? Because the coloring, all of them just looked like Baguette the Bear to me. So that shows how you cannot go by the coloring for these in the packaging, because I thought they were all Baguette the Bear, and I thought, okay, if I'm gonna not have any duplicates, I gotta get better at this. So we found Baguette the Bear first, and we thought, great, we got Baguette and everything, and then we got better at looking at them, and we actually were about to make this video. And I was like, I just need to check one more time every single one of them and make sure. So I did, and what I found was we did not have Baguette the Bear from the very first one I thought we found. We actually had 2 skunks. And so we hadn't opened them, of course, we could just tell through the packaging. So we took one of the skunks back, and then we went and we found Baguette the Bear. And so Baguette was actually the first one we thought we found, but actually ended up being the last one we had to go out and find. Baguette has this little bow too. Sometimes you can see that through the packaging. But it just goes to show you, like, these two really don't look anything alike. But if you're just using that collector's guide and you're just going by the colors, look how easy it is to mess it up and not be able to tell. So that's why you cannot rely on the colors, because look at those. Those two don't look anything alike. But we had made that mistake at first. So we're down to our very last 2. But you guys, we opened up all 23 of these. And we did not get a duplicate. There they all are. So you can definitely see our hack does work. You can tell if you're willing to put in some of the effort. We're so excited. They're so cute all together.
Okay, so before we open these, we want you guys to comment down below which one you guys think is in this ball. In these 2 balls.
Can you tell?
Hopefully.
Okay, so before we open those 2, I want to show you guys these ones in the front because we didn't show you these quite yet. So this is Shep the Lamb, and his card is, what do you call a sheep covered in chocolate? A candy bar! So Shep's the Lamb's colors is green, a green ball. And if you can find this green hair in the ball, it'll stick out. Sometimes that's how you find this one. Also with this big white face. These colors are hard. I have mixed these colors up with Baguette the Bear so many times. So you're really looking for this white face and this green ball. So this is Tooth the bunny. Tooth got opened up on one of our Toy Capade videos. And Tooth's ball is a pink glittery color. Tooth has got this nose. Although honestly with this, it was really easy to tell. This is so pink with all these lines that we were able to find Tooth that way. But you can definitely look for the nose, the ball, and this red bow right up here. We opened up the lamb and the bunny on a Toy Capade Christmas video, so we can link that. What is a rabbit's favorite dance style? Hip hop! So this is Ocho the octopus. Ocho has a green glittery ball. Looks kind of silver, doesn't it? But you can see through here, it'll look green. And Ocho's pretty easy to find with these colors, especially if you look for this nose. Who held the baby octopus to ransom? Squid nappers!
I like Ocho's name because it's 8 in Spanish.
And octopuses have 8 legs. So this is Coldy the polar bear. Coldy has gold. I think Coldy was kind of hard to find to tell apart from the other ones. We had bought Coldy a few times thinking it was a different one and came home and like checked it again a little more closely and had to take Coldy back because we hadn't opened it. And so this one was a little tricky. One thing is Coldy is the only one that has this thing on top, and we actually could see this through there, so that was actually one thing we used to help determine it was Coldy. What do polar bears like to eat? Burritos! And this last one here is Pop Dog. Pop Dog is pretty easy to find through the packaging. Pop Dog's colors are pink. It's a pink glitter ball, and it looks very pink through the packaging. There's so much pink. You do kind of need to be careful to make sure you see the nose, because these ears can look a lot like the elephant's big ears. So if you just see the solid pink ear in there, you can get kind of confused that it's the elephant. So we had to really check and make sure that it was the dog. Well, actually, we got the dog first, but we had to make sure that the elephant was not actually the dog, because we saw these ears in some of them, and I thought, oh, it's the elephant's ears, but it wasn't. It was this dog's ears. So make sure you see his nose and his glitter ball, and lots of pink, and then you probably have Pop Dog. What did the dog say when he sat on sandpaper? Rough! Okay, moment of truth. Here we go. Let's do it.
Okay. There's so much suspense.
So we found the blue ball first, and we were like super excited to find this one in the blue. And then we found the pink one a couple weeks later at a completely different Walmart. Both of these were found actually at Walmart when they first started to appear in Walmart. And both of them come just in a normal container like that with all the other ones.
3, 2, 1. It's the unicorn! Oh, look at it! It's the limited edition unicorn. It has a special glitter.
There they are. So here are both the tags for Maggie the unicorn. We're not sure if it's pronounced Maggie or Maggie, but this is the pink one that Lisa opened, number 1846 of 10,000. And the blue one that Adalia opened, which was actually the one we found first, is 1872 of 10,000. And look they're actually really similar in number. They're both in the 1800s, not too far apart, which means that's the only ones that they've made. Like, we just found these in the stores recently. So of 10,000, that means there's a lot more coming out, guys. Like, these have not all been found yet for sure. So here's what the inside of the tag looks like. What do unicorns call their dad? Popcorn! And so they're both exactly the same, but this card feels a lot thicker. That's really cool. This feels really good, like higher quality. So the unicorn has a different ball. This is not glitter, it's like big confetti. So there you go, you guys can see it. It is actually big pieces of confetti. It's not glitter at all. Isn't that awesome? And so this ball is actually like not as clear. This ball will look like that through the holes, and that's super easy to find. So for this blue one, the first thing we found was we were studying what it would look like, and we knew that it would have pink, and we knew it would have these stars. We knew it would have this color ball, this nose, which does look like a little bit like this horse's nose, but it's a lot bigger. But the balls are so different, look at that. And there's not that white around the mouth, so that's the differences. The eyes are really similar. So that's kind of harder to tell apart, but you can at least know from the eyes that you have one kind of horse. The blue, we couldn't see through the package much at all, but I knew that I was looking for mostly blue hair because nothing else has this blue hair. And then it has these other color hairs too. So that's actually how I found it. I saw the blue hair sticking through the little 4 holes, and then I saw the rest of the colors of the hair, and I knew instantly I had it. I didn't even check for the ball. I didn't check for any of the other stuff. I was just like, I'm buying this guy. So that's how we got this one. So for the second unicorn we found, we actually didn't notice the hair at all. It was in a pink container, and we could see the whole thing through it. We could see the stars, we could see the colors, the pink, we could see everything. We could see the ball, and we knew right away that it was the unicorn. But by far the easiest way to tell if you have a unicorn is this gold card. When we got the blue one, we could see the gold card in there. If you can see the gold tag in there, you'll know right away that you have the unicorn. These other tags are so different, but you can almost always see the tag. A lot of times it's blocking those 4 little openings, so usually this gold tag is pretty easy to see in there, and that's how you'll know. So here they all are again, guys. I can't believe that we found every single one of them with absolutely not one duplicate opened. So the hack works if you're willing to put in the time and the effort and you want to collect them all, or if you just want to get a specific one. So we hope this video was helpful. We hope it helps you find the one that you guys are wanting, or the whole set if you're crazy like we are. And if you're wanting the unicorn, then we hope we showed you how you can get him too, because he's out there, guys. He's out there for sure.
So we hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below which one of these is your guys' favorite. Subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye!
Bye!
Hi, Toy Capades!
Have you become a member of the Toy Capades squad yet? Click that red subscribe button and you can be an official Toy Capader.
Don't forget to ding the bell and give it a big thumbs up.
Follow us on Instagram for bloopers, sneak peeks, behind the scenes, and more. Thanks for watching!